I'm Jill Lally, and I'd like to welcome you to the DeFabio Difference for Better Health Management. With me is Dr. Donald C. DeFabio, a board-certified chiropractic physician. Dr. DeFabio is going to discuss and prepare some life-enhancing recipes that will help us improve the way we can eat better and feel better. Doctor?
Well, thanks for that wonderful introduction, Jill. It's a pleasure to be here. And once again, the doc's in the kitchen.
Hey.
You know, I still like that idea. We may have to work with that. So we're going to have some fun today. As you may recall, I'm a big fan of lentils. So we're going to go over my personal vegetable lentil soup, which is just puts everything on your bones. It warms you up, makes you feel good, fills you up, lots of all your nutrients, and it's a great meal, but of its own. And we're gonna have a little sweet treat today. We're also going for a sweet treat. It's gonna be a banana chia muffin with gluten and dairy-free. All right. So, and it's really going to be good. I think everyone's going to enjoy both of them. Okay.
Thank you.
So, since you are closer to the soup pan, let's get it started.
Okay.
What do you think?
Let's
Okay.
bake the
So,
soup.
start with a little bit of soup. 2 tablespoons of olive oil in the soup pan. All right. Just warm that up a little bit. All right. And we're going to put in 2 cloves of coarsely chopped garlic. It's a soup. It's all going to cook down, okay? I like my soups kind of hearty, kind of full. You can mince it up real fine if you want, but I cook my lentil soup to death, okay? My braised lentils that we do, I keep them whole, I keep them a little firm to really get the texture. Personally, the lentil soup, I like to boil it down to almost a mush.
Well cooked.
Yeah, it's really, that's the way I like it, okay? Does it have to be that way? No, but that's the way I like it. So garlic and onions, a little bit of oil, just kind of warm that up a little bit. Let's take a look at the fire. Fire will come down just a smidge. This is really simple. We're going to use our washed and soaked green lentils. I use organic green lentils because we are what we eat is fed. And I want my food fed, no pesticides, no preservatives, and minimal processes if we can. Rinsed, checked for debris, little stones, things like that. And already soaked them for an hour, which means they're going to cook more quickly. Okay? Put them in. Why do I put the lentils in while the onions and the garlic are just sauteing? It makes me pretend I'm making risotto. So I'm pretending I'm making risotto. If it works for rice, it's got to work for lentils, right? You want to hold the handle for me there, Jill? Just stir it around a little bit, okay? Good. And it's a vegetable soup, so there's going to be lots of vegetation. It needs fluid, though. You can use a vegetable stock, which you can make on your own, or you can buy, all right? I'm going to use water, all right? Because that's just what I like to use, all right? And I'm going to use boiled water in my electric kettle, so it's already hot. Again, like risotto. If you do it for risotto, it's got to be good for lentils. I'm going to cover the lentils with water. The recipe calls for 1 cup of lentils dried and 4 cups of stock or water, okay? At that point, we go with about 1 cup of chopped parsnips. Gives it a lot of sweetness. A little bit more than 1 cup, 1.5 cups of celery. Celery, you want to get the leaves. You don't want to get the leaves for a couple of reasons. Number one, that's where most of your nutrients are. But when you eat celery, when you eat the leaf, how's the flavor versus the stalk?
Sweeter.
Yeah, there's more flavor in the leaves, okay? So that's where that celery flavor comes through. And in the bottom, by the bottom of the stalk, there's more flavor down there, all right? If you buy organic celery, I wouldn't worry if there's still a little bit of dirt on it, okay? Because we can talk about the importance of the gut microbiome on another show, but you got to get some nutrients in there. Always wiping your hands down with antibacterial gel to kill the bacteria on your skin. Number one, it hasn't been shown that it reduces the transmission of colds, but it just destroys the microflora on your skin. And then you're putting all these toxic chemicals on your skin, and now your body's not exposed to anything, so how's it going to develop natural immunity? So anyway, a little bit of dirt never hurt anybody, to quote my father. Okra, about 5 okra, again, coarsely chopped. Okra will give it a pasty type of feel, all right? And a big sprig of fresh, if you have it, rosemary. Very pungent, goes great with the lentils. Those phenols, that's that oiliness to rosemary, gives that oiliness. Those are very beneficial for your health. They really help to boost the immune system, help you fight off colds and flus. Really good for upper respiratory problems. Oil of oregano, oil of rosemary, both like that. Rosemary is also a very good antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. It's often paired with other herbs like ginger and turmeric and boswellia in supplements to help reduce inflammation. So cook with it and be liberal with it, okay?
And the smell, the aroma is wonderful.
Salt to taste. I'm gonna add a half teaspoon to start. Now my carrots also give us a lot of sweetness. If you're able to pick your carrots that are all about the same diameter, as opposed to like the parsnip's kind of a pain in the butt to chop up because you got to get the pieces about the same size so everything cooks equally, all right? But if you get all your carrots that are about the same size, you can slice them on a little angle like you often see in Chinese restaurants. So it looks nice, they're not too big, and they cook evenly, and you don't have to chop twice, you only have to slice them once. If you leave the skins on, you will get more nutrients, but it gets a little bitterness. So I don't peel them really, really well. If I leave a little bit of skin on, I think that's okay, because I'm getting some nutrient from the skin, but it's also not impacting the flavor that much. That goes in here as well, all right? And then just stir it around a little bit. We're gonna cover it. Now I use boiling water, so it's almost already at a boil, okay? And then once it's at a boil, we turn it down to a simmer, keep it covered. Again, the lentils will be cooked in 35, 40 minutes, all right? It's 35 minutes to an hour, let's say. I'm gonna leave it on for an hour and a half because I really like my lentils to cook down and almost into a paste, okay? All right? Bay leaf goes in there as well. Just make sure you don't eat the bay leaf, take it out at the end. It's ironic, we use bay leaves for cooking, but they aren't edible. So we want the flavor, but you can't eat the bay leaves, all right? So, yeah, black pepper. So we're gonna let that cook, and while that's cooking, we will start on our coconut muffins, okay? Or banana muffins. I just got to get the lid for that. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Do the different colors of the vegetables give you different nutrients?
Good answer. Of course they do. That's why you want to have as many different colors in your diet as possible. Carrots, we know they're very high in carotene, good for the eyes, but high in vitamin A, all right? If you eat too many, or if you drink a lot of carrot juice, fresh carrot juice, yeah, the palms of your hand will get orange, all right? But that brings different nutrients. Your greens will bring different nutrients. Your purple foods, your blueberries, your berries, even the purple cauliflower, that will give you a different set of antioxidant nutrients, okay? And those antioxidants are really important. You need to have a broad spectrum of colors in your food, all right? So you want to have, reds and greens and whites. You want to have a little bit of everything. Let's talk about those muffins, okay? You ready for this? 6 eggs. Isn't this the part where you go, 6? What about all that fat? You didn't know,
And
not yet,
cholesterol.
huh? And cholesterol. 6 eggs. Let's take all the fluids first. A cup of coconut milk. Great example. I went to the store. First time I bought coconut milk, I thought coconut milk's coconut milk. So I started looking at them, and I looked at the labels. I'm like, God, look at the chemicals in here. Look at the preservatives in here. All right, I said, I'm not going to get the flavored. I'm not going to get the vanilla. I'm not going to get the sweetened. I want regular chemical milk. And I'm looking at them, and I couldn't believe it. It took me a while to find one that said contains organic coconut milk and organic guar gum. Okay, I'll take the guar gum. That's it, 2 ingredients. All the rest had like a little paragraph. That's what I'm talking about.
Reading labels.
Reading labels. Coconut milk. 4 teaspoons of vanilla. And honey as a sweetener. This is a 1/4 cup of honey. Now honey should be raw, and it's got to be, it doesn't have to be, but it should be local. You have to be careful. Honey can be filled with glucose and sucrose and high fructose corn syrup, okay? Even though it says honey on it, natural honey, be careful. Know your source. I go with a raw honey and I go with a local honey because I want to get, bees live off of pollen, okay? So I want to get all that natural pollen, all right? And that helps me build my immune system. And most of the time, honey's like this, all right?
Different color.
Well, but sometimes it's like this. It's like a rock, right? It's solid. This is just crystallized. There's nothing wrong with this. This is raw honey, so it's going to have pollen in it, and propolis, which is the protein that the bees eat, okay? It's got all the nutrients, and it's from New Jersey, right here, 20 minutes from where I live. So it's going to have the local pollens. A tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of this a day is great for people who have allergies. As long as you don't, and some studies have shown it actually reduced the risk for diabetes by having honey every day. So let's add, now if it is crystallized on you like that, all you have to do is warm it up. That's all. Gently warm it in a double boiler. Put it next to the stove. Don't want to heat it too much because it breaks down those raw enzymes in there. All right. So those are all of the wet ingredients. And this is going to need to get whisked up. And then we're going to add it to our dry ingredients, which are coconut flour. This is a dairy-free and gluten-free recipe. All right. Gluten is a problem for a lot of people. But what's also a problem for a lot of people is the fact that our grains today are grown and harvested with an exorbitant amount of Roundup, okay? Phosphate. They spray the wheat with Roundup so it all dries out and dies at the same time so they can harvest it all at once. And that goes right into our bodies. That's why so many people are sensitive, I believe, to gluten today. It's because it's GMO modified wheat, which is allowed to tolerate Roundup. Roundup won't kill it, so they spray it with Roundup. It causes it to mature all at once. The whole field gets harvested, and we're eating Roundup. Yeah.
But it's foreign to our body.
Exactly. It's a chemical. It's a pesticide. If it kills bugs, what do you think it's doing to your stomach? What do you think it's doing to those linings in your gut if it kills bugs? If worms don't want to eat the corn, you tell me that corn's good for me? I don't buy it. I'm sorry. I get a little adamant about this. For oil, more oil. Coconut oil, okay? 4 tablespoons of coconut oil, okay? Now, coconut oil is solid at room temperature, so people go, oh, coconut oil, you can't have it, it's solid at room temperature. Well, it's a medium chain triglyceride, MCT. It's a good fat. It helps decrease inflammation. It actually helps you burn other fats. It actually helps improve your gut lining. It helps close those junctions by balancing the good and bad bacteria. So it is very, very beneficial for you, okay? So those are all the wet ingredients. The dry ingredients had baking soda and salt, a half teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of baking soda with 1 cup of coconut flour. Just going to whisk this in. Now, I said these were banana chia muffins. There's no banana or chia in here yet, is there? We fold those in at the end, Okay? We'll fold in 4 tablespoons of chia seed, and we'll fold in 2 mashed ripe bananas. Then we put them in our baking cups, and we put it in the oven, 350, about 35 minutes till they're dry. When you put toothpick in there. Okay, golden brown on top. 4 tablespoons of chia, just put it in. And here's my banana mashed up. 2 ripe bananas mashed up. Okay.
And do you want to tell them your phone number?
908-771-0220. Yeah, I've been in that office 35 years in Berkeley Heights. Amazes me. Ugh, it's great. It's been a great tenure, great run. But you know, people don't understand what I do. They really don't. They don't understand that my goal is to help them achieve their health goals without medication, surgery, drugs. Okay? And that includes all sorts of stuff. And yeah, I'm a chiropractic doctor. You'd think I just treat spines, but we treat everything. Why am I talking about food? Because food's a medicine. It's a drug. You got to eat the right stuff. Okay? Why do I give people exercises? Because I want them to stay well. All right? Why did I learn how to become board certified in sports? Because athletes come in and they got to get better yesterday. Why did I take an orthopedic certification? Because I want to deal with elbows and knees and shoulders. Every joint in the body is supposed to be freely movable. If it doesn't move freely, it's a problem. Well, it's my job to get it to move freely. I can adjust, manipulate any joint in the body because it works better. When it works better, the body's healthier. Why did I take a certification in rehabilitation? Because people need to move better. If you have poor mechanics in life, you're gonna wear out your joints quicker. So that's my story, Joe. I'm gonna scoop these in here. A ice cream scoop is just the perfect size. I'm gonna fill these up. This is gonna take a little minute, so I don't know if there's something the viewers can do in the meantime.
Well, maybe we'll come back and then you can show them.
Yeah, well, what we'll do is I'll put these in. If we can take a short break, that would be great. I'll finish these. We'll put them in the oven. They take about 35 minutes, and then we'll come back when they're done.
Welcome back. The soup's ready. Doctor, are the muffins ready?
Toothpicks clean, Jill. They sure are.
Okay.
So I'm going to get the muffins out. Oh, man, they smell great. And look at that, nice and golden brown. Ooh, toasty. When you come out, oh, by the way, the cups, they call for foil cups, okay? Not just paper, foil. But you take them right out of the tin and put them on a rack to cool. And you know, there's a lot of good ingredients in here. Now we use 6 eggs. I didn't mention that they were omega-3 eggs, meaning those eggs were fed omega-3 fatty acids, which are very good fat, good anti-inflammatory, good for cholesterol levels, good for brain health, good for nerve health. So, you know, we are what we eat is fed. So ideally it would be an organic omega-3 egg, but at least there are omega-3 eggs. Oh, got an extra cup on that one. Okay, so we'll let those cool, and then in the meantime, that'll be dessert. Are you feeling like having some soup?
And I don't even need a stone for this soup.
Yeah,
no stone soup.
No stone soup, exactly. If you see the bay leaf, there's the bay leaf. Take the bay leaf out, okay? All right, so we don't want to serve the bay leaf. There we go, great, thank you. And look at that, the parsnips, the carrots, the celery. Oh, this is just to die for. Really, and it's a full meal in of itself. I like putting a little extra black pepper on the top. All right. And then actually what we really need to do is serve it Food Network style and clear off the rim. All right. And give you a fresh little sprig of parsley. I'm sorry, rosemary on the side for those extra phenols. Pretty good?
All the ingredients work so well together.
I think so, thank you. But no, everything's kind of balanced in there, yeah. It's all about it. Now, what about the texture of the lentils?
They're perfectly cooked. They're soft, but they're still holding their.
Yeah, I really like to cook them down quite a bit. So yeah, no, it's exciting to make the soup. It's hearty, and you could freeze it in individual servings. Okay, this is about 4 to 6 servings. Okay, and you can freeze it and then thaw it out. Come home at night and thaw it out. But I gotta try a little bit here too.
It's delicious.
Yeah, it came out great. Use a little more black pepper. I'm not gonna eat that bay leaf though. But I like
Okay.
the little extra black pepper on the top. Gives it that little bit of kick. So, perfect. Perfect.
Really is delicious
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
and easy to really make. You
Real
can-
easy. One pot, a little chopping.
And you'll have it for a couple of meals.
Exactly. So now that I dirtied this plate, I think there's another plate over there. You want to grab that? These I think they're cool enough. Here's your dessert. May I take your foil off your muffin for you? There you go. So coconut banana chia, gluten-free, dairy-free.
A top chef and a gentleman too.
Ah, there you go. Flattery will get here everywhere, Tell it to my patients. Always flatter the doc, especially during your treatment.
So moist.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah. And you can feel that softness in your mouth from the coconut oil. And again, it's an MCT, it's a medium chain triglyceride, it's a very beneficial oil. The omega-3s, you can take them as a supplement, which I do every day. I take my Omax every day. But it's in my food. Chia also converts to omega-3 in your body. Also a good source of essential fatty acids. Hemp seed is another good source of essential fatty acids, all plant-based. All plant-based.
Okay.
Can I have some non-plant food in my diet? Sure. But plants need to be the foundation. They really do. That's where your vitamins are. That's where your minerals are. That's where your essential fatty acids. Why do you think they call them essential fatty acids? Because your body needs them and can't manufacture them. All right? Butter is not an essential fatty acid. Do I use butter? Yes, I do. Okay, olive oil is not an essential fatty acid. Do I cook with it? Yes, I do. Okay, but it's not what's called essential. And that's what you're getting here, your essential fatty acids. Banana, lots of potassium. Okay, most people need magnesium and potassium, and you can get it from plants. Your best source of magnesium and potassium is a plant-based source. You get better absorption. And organic. It's got to be organic.
Wow.
Okay.
This is good for you and it tastes great.
Ah, boy, now she's really bucking up. Thank you very much, Joe. I'm glad you're enjoying it. But no, it's important, and I want to empower people to realize that what you eat impacts your health. What you eat impacts your energy level. It impacts your relationships. It impacts everything, okay? Don't get wrapped up into the paradigm of it tastes good, eat more. Obesity is an all-time high in the United States right now because we're eating junk food and too much of it, okay? We're supersizing everything, okay? And it's with preservatives and with chemicals, and it's not vegetarian-based. When was the last time you went to a restaurant and you ordered the salad and the salad was twice the normal size? No, the burger's twice the size.
Right.
The bagel's twice the size. The pasta portion's twice the size, but not the salad.
Right.
They're not doubling down on the salad, right? That's what you got to double down on. I'll go out to dinner and say, no, I don't want the pasta. Give me another salad. But dinner comes with a salad. Great, I want 2 salads. And that's still paltry. It's still only this much. All right, so you gotta think about what you're eating. You gotta get the right foods. You gotta take the right supplements if your body's not absorbing them or digesting them, or if you have a health problem. You gotta exercise. You gotta sleep. You gotta keep this focused on good, happy thoughts. Okay? Gotta take your chiropractic adjustments. You need to see a doc who's gonna be thoughtful. All right? You need to see a doc that's gonna listen and be thoughtful about your care. I don't care what specialty they go to. Today's day and age, people, there's no reason, I'm getting upset, but I'll calm down, but there's no day and age that you, the viewer, should accept going to a doctor and being treated like a number. Healthcare quality is plummeting in the United States right now. Why? Because people are being treated by numbers and they're tolerating it. Oh yeah, my doc tells me he has to see X number of people a day. My doc says he only has so many minutes to spend with me. Leave. Find another doc. Your health is too important than to be treated like a number. And I am aghast that people have accepted that level of service in medicine. It's totally unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. Will it take you some time to find a doctor who actually listens and cares and thinks about what you may need? It might, but they're out there.
A top doc, a top chef, a top guest. We are so grateful to Dr. DeFabio because he gives us the time and the expertise to really explain what's best for us. Good food, better diet, better exercise, positive mental attitude, chiropractic, natural health care. He's the whole package, and that is the DeFabio difference for better health management. I'm Jill Lally, and thank you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Donald DeFabio, and today's wellness tip is all about recovery from an injury. Rest is highly underrated today. Everybody's asked me, when can I go back to the gym? When can I tell my coach I can play again? Can I make the next game? Everybody wants to get back really fast, and I appreciate that, but we forget to rest. Rest is when the body recovers and heals. Daily, we have to sleep to get rest so that your body can recover and heal for the next day. So make sure you get enough rest. However, there's a flip side to the rest equation. Rest does not mean recovery when it comes to an injury necessarily. For example, you sprained your ankle and you put it in a brace for 3 weeks. You take off the brace and you go try to run and you can't, and it really hurts. You pulled your hamstring. Oh, I stopped running, I pulled my hamstring. You go back to running and it still hurts because although you rested it, it didn't recover, it didn't heal the problem. There's an underlying problem there that needs to be treated. So yes, rest is important for recovery. On the other side, just because you rested something, that doesn't necessarily mean it's completely healed. The underlying injury, the imbalance, the problem could very well still be there. You go back to activity and your condition comes right back. You go, but I rested it. Well, guess what? Rest allowed the inflammation and the pain to subside, but it did not fix your problem. That's where I come in. That's where you need to get assessed when you have an injury. And it might just be, yeah, you need to rest it a little bit. Or it might need, let's fix the underlying problem. Then as you're resting it and you're doing recovery and you're doing cross-training to maintain your fitness and maintain your activity level, then you end up being better when the injury heals, and then you can go back to activity without it coming back. Rest, recovery, they both have a place, but as a standalone, it may not be the answer to your problem. I'm Dr. Donald DeFabio. Thanks for tuning in. That's your wellness tip for today.